Wallowing in the wet spot, eh?
Look at Perk's got some spiky, man. He's punking hair out on us here, man. He's like going,
he's percolating.
This little thing going
I got
on.
my headphone hair.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
like
headphone head. Yeah.
Headphone head.
Ear goggles.
We're about 3 minutes, you guys. We're about 3 minutes away.
I like it.
It's so funny. When you do that, Perkins, I swear to God,
Now?
you look like Jiminy Cricket when you get really close.
Must be, because we're always a few minutes early, right? I'm going with
now
Scott.
we're $2 away. $2.
Careful what you say, because while we're not live, we probably are.
We will be live. We'll be replayed, right? We're not in the live stream, but yeah. People that watch this thing afterwards will get all of this incredible commentary, this genius work of these fine musicians all in this room, just killing it.
30 seconds ago. Let's see if that 3-2-1 is in there. So I think we are live. If we weren't a few minutes ago when we thought we might be, we are now. I just got a notification that says we're live on YouTube.
We're live.
We're not live on
So
Facebook.
you know what that means, right?
It means
We're live.
It means we're live.
See?
We're breathing.
All right, here we go.
But we're not live on Facebook yet. We still have 2 minutes.
Oh.
2 minutes for Facebook. We have a great show tonight. I'm pretty stoked.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Oh,
We've got some female power going on the show tonight.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
we always have Sheila there, but
Yeah, but
Well, we always have Sheila, but our guests.
she's missing out on the girl power night.
yeah, it only takes a drop of estrogen to balance out a whole room full of testosterone. Like
it's amazing how that
one
works.
woman shows up, it's not a sword fight anymore.
That's so true. That's so true. Sheila's in Phoenix trying to figure out a way into the Super Bowl, and I've got my money. I checked the odds in Vegas. She was a plus 150, which means 1.5 to 1 odds that she gets in. So I say Sheila gets into the Super Bowl. I got $100 to win 150 on that. So there you go.
Yeah, if anybody can do it, is her. She can get
Exactly.
It's a good time to be had at the Super Bowl. Trust me.
She walked us into the Roxy the other night with Shooter Jennings. So, I'm like, it was packed, sold out, solid. And somehow Sheila walked us right in the front door. So there you go.
Magic. That girl delivers, man. I'll tell you.
Remember when
she's incredible.
Yeah, when Shooter was just a youngster, when Sheila first, wow, time has flown by. I'm not going to date myself.
Look at all these AKG mics. How cool is that?
You've been dating yourself for years.
I know, right?
Now you got to find
a girl. You guys?
My left hand.
Well, guys, guess what? It's that time.
Ooh, what time is that?
It's time to see the 3-2-1 and my little
here we go.
Screen countdown. So here we go. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Woo.
The Rock and Talk Show, Beyond Backstage, with your hosts, Norwood Bishop, Kenny Olson, Scott Page, Stephen Perkins, Sheila Conlon, and David Moss.
And welcome to the Rock and Talk Show. This is show number 70 of the bi-monthly show that dives deep into the entertainment industry, the business of it, the stories, the culture, and everything in between.
Yep.
I'm the Moss Man. Let me quickly introduce my amazing co-hosts. We're down one, but she'll probably pop in if she finds a break from that tequila bottle. But over here, I'm the Moss Man. Real quickly, we've got the one and only Scotty Page from Pink Floyd, Toto, Supertramp, Think X. Norwood Fisher from Fishbone, Trulio Disgracious, Think X. Stephen Perkins, Jane's Addiction. No, let me switch that. Porno for Pyros, Jane's Addiction, and Think X. And of course, we've got Kenny Olson, Kid Rock, Experience Hendrix, Think X. And we're missing our lovely Sheila Conlon, who's in Phoenix right now, fighting her way into the Super Bowl a few days early.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Good?
Awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good. I think
Really
I came up with a
Season. Really good. You know, I just got to say, I'm excited about Stephen Perkins right now because I haven't known too many musicians in my entire life that have two bands. Both bands are recording albums and they're touring together. Dude, that's the most kick-ass thing I've heard in a long time. You having fun?
I'm having the greatest time. I thought of something the other day. No resistance, coexistence. Because we're not resisting. We're just coexisting on this one. And we love it. We really are having fun. Thank you, Scott, for bringing that up.
It's pretty exciting.
What studio are you in? Oh, sorry.
We're in it's called Switzerland, but not in the country, in Hollywood.
Sweet.
And it's a home studio and it's just fantastic. I'm surrounded by gear and drums and music and people and art.
We see Mikey in the background.
We see Mikey. We love Mikey.
Mikey
right next to Marshall Stack.
Yeah, I can't do a session without Mike. It doesn't feel right.
No.
Perk,
we're having a great time. Porno, James, making music.
We echo what Scott says. We're all stoked for you. I mean, it's just a pretty exciting time for you to have, all your paying your dues for all these years, to have everything kind of come together in 2023 is pretty exciting. So,
we my son's bar mitzvah last month. Kenny, you weren't there, but everybody here was there, and everybody in my other bands were there. I had all my bands together. It was heaven. we really had the best time.
I just want to comment. That was that was an incredible event. The spirit in that room and just the vibe of being in that church, that synagogue, it was insane.
Yeah.
I had a total blast. I enjoyed that so much, man.
We were talking about it today with Pete DeStefano, the porno guitar player. He felt the same way. He really felt a great connection. So thanks guys for being there.
It was an amazing full circle event because all your friends, which are my friends, is just low down scumbags, Hollywood life, and we all grew up, and it almost looked like Find Upstanding Citizens. And the love in the room, there was so much love in the room, bro. Like I was like that. It was good living.
And Norwood dressed up and had his good shorts on.
He certainly did.
He had his good shorts on. He had his dress shorts all the way.
Dress shorts. And I was actually with Perry when he did his thing. That was incredible.
Yeah.
What is that called?
There's Aliyah.
Yep, that's the Aliyah.
And
we all stand there next to Eden when he does his Torah portion, and then you get a little piece of that. And it's really an honor to have my friends there and my family all together. And I'm just so happy. And of course, making music with these cats is it's heaven.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, we have to thank last week's guest. We had the legendary David Grissman on the show with us. That was an incredible sort of lesson in bluegrass and the history of picking and his roots. And he's played with some of the greatest musicians in the world. So thank you, David Grissman. Tonight we have an amazing show. We're not quite ready to get into it. Don't forget,
we also had Thomas Claxton on last week.
And of course, how can I forget?
And you know what? I got to say, Thomas's sound, because he's so pro, right? Yeah. He made sure the sound was perfect. That was probably the best live thing because he was all tied into his consoles and all this stuff, and it was great. So yeah, brother Thomas, and we're going to be Kenny, me, and actually Tony Franklin. We're going to be playing with Thomas next week in Savannah, Georgia, at the Mars Theater. We're going to be doing, what is it? It's us, me. What is it? What is it again called? Kenny, us, me, us, and that. What was no?
Yeah,
me, myself, and I know.
You're asking
me. Yeah, myself. I don't even know.
Mars Theater, find it.
But we're going to Mars
Theater in Savannah, Georgia, next Saturday night.
Yeah, Scott and I are playing on Mars.
Yeah,
we're playing at Mars.
Playing in Mars. I like it.
Yeah.
Right next to the Mars Hotel. There you go. What else? Norwood, what do you got going on? Anything? Fishbone doing anything?
I'm firing on all cylinders for the next few days. It's tomorrow night is Luis Aliart night at Ireland's 32.
All right.
Saturday, Fishbone is playing downtown Long Beach, Pine Street. It's a cannabis company called
Catalyst.
Catalyst, yes. That is put it together. Fishbone, Voodoo Glow Skulls, a couple other bands will play at about 7:30. You want to get there early if you can roll through the LBC.
Is that going to be outside in their parking lot? Is that a free show? What is it?
It's on the streets along downtown Long Beach. I don't know if it has anything to do with the location of their store.
Got you. They're just sponsoring your.
Yes,
got you.
They've been doing a series downtown Long Beach, and heard a lot of good things about it. But yeah, Fishbone, Voodoo Glow Skulls, and then I got a Valentine's Day show I've been preparing like crazy for. I'm so happy about it. Trulio Disgracious at Venice West. And I had the band learn a shit ton of 70s era slow jams, like deep cuts, like not the obvious, and like, you know, some obvious, but really like it's the sexiest thing I've ever done.
Awesome. And the stage there is actually twice as big as the Mint. So you're gonna have 40. How many people are you gonna have on stage with you there?
Like I actually don't think I'm gonna have because I had 22 people in Long Beach for the Kool in the Gang tribute. Probably had 24 at the Mint before that. It'll be scaled down because some people couldn't get a hall pass for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know,
and we had 60 or so at the one you did at Nashville.
You got a few shows coming up.
Yeah, but I wish I could say more about it. Fishbone should have a single out in the month of February. Single and video.
Wow.
I just right before we came on, I got a text about a meeting tomorrow. There is a date, and I don't want to say the date before that meeting, but
February.
Just in the next 2 weeks.
That's the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Wow. Awesome. Well, congratulations. And Perk, you've got a couple sold out shows already coming up. You're going to South America. You're going to Hollywood. You're going to Bakersfield with Jane's Addiction. Exactly. It's exciting.
Yeah. Jane's Addiction's going out February, March and April. So March is South America and the West Coast of North America. And then April, we're going out to Australia.
All right.
Wow.
I love Australia. That's a fun place to go.
It's gonna
Sydney
be great.
reminds me of like San Francisco back in the 60s or 70s because all the houses, the way they're on the streets.
Yeah.
Somebody actually told me a story. They said the reason it was like that, because it looks like Daly City, is because it was where the boats came in all the time. So it was like kind of the going from there to there back and forth. So they copped the vibe, I guess. Anyway, I don't know if that's true, but somebody told me that.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, listen, we have an amazing show tonight. I'm super excited. We're missing Sheila. Maybe she'll pop in. But I'm super happy and excited to introduce Maggie Rose, all the way from Nashville to the Rock and Talk Show. Maggie, welcome to the Rock and Talk Show.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Right.
Good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're happy. We're reminiscing. Everybody's working. It's an exciting time right now.
That's right. I love it. Well, I love what you guys have been doing, just bringing good people together and keeping the music alive.
Well, I first saw you live. The motivation for getting you on was I'm friends with Dwayne Betts, and I was at the show here in LA. I want to say it was the Wiltern. I don't remember if it was the Wiltern or the Fonda. One of those theaters. And you sang These Days, I believe, and Whipping Post.
I did. It was fun to sing Whipping Post with Dwayne Betts too. What a player.
And
Dwayne's awesome, right?
He's my little brother. I've known him since he was a teenager.
He's such a
Like
soulful
early
person.
20s.
Yeah.
Yes. He's and that was such an awesome experience too, because I've always loved like Cody and Luther Dickinson too, but they would come in on some of these shows, and we got to play the Wiltern and the Fillmore and a lot of these stages that I had never gotten to be on. And also, going back to the Beacon Theater, I played there once for Love Rocks with Jimmy Vivino and Keith Richards and all these amazing people.
Jimmy.
But then getting to go back to like the Beacon, which is the house of the Allman Brothers, it was, I didn't want to mess those songs up in front of such devoted fans, but it was very cool.
Well, two of the great songs. I mean, These Days is such a beautiful song, and obviously Whipping Post, just one of the class. And with Tall Wilkenfeld, I don't know if she was on the whole tour or just that show because it was LA.
Okay, so Tall is so amazing. The only time I got to play with her was at the Wiltern, and she is. I mean, we're seeing her everywhere. She's obviously so capable, but she comes up to me right before Whipping Post and gets in my ear. She goes, "How does this start?" I was like, and then we were off to the races. And I thought she might have been like messing with me a little bit, but maybe she just has so much in her database that I just needed to give her that little. Oh yeah, no, you are the beginning of this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's super fun.
So when did you first move to Nashville? I'm trying to remember.
So it was 2008.
Now?
I just had my 15-year anniversary. In Nashville, and
I think
moved
you
here
and
when I
I
was a teenager.
Yeah, we moved there probably about the same time, and then obviously Austin and I go way back as well with the Soulshine days and everything. He helped me mastermind some good stuff.
I love it. Austin and I, our origins are also at Soulshine too. We've been married for almost 7 years, so
I remember
that place is not in existence anymore. But
I know we got
musicians.
We got bullied out of there, and it was like packed every our Sunday thing that we created. I mean, I remember that when Austin and I and Chris first created that, and it was so much fun because everybody like Chris Sargent, all these people could connect, cool. And I mean, people were finding a lot of cool gigs there too, just doing that, and then it was so much fun. But yeah,
I love Nashville, but it's funny that you're basically adjacent to Music Row, and you have a place like Soulshine that gets loud and has these open windows and all these great bands, and then they build condos and there's a noise ordinance. It's like, didn't you all move to Music City? Don't you know what you signed up for? And that's how we shut down some of our favorite venues. We're dealing with that.
Like Chris Sargent said in Austin, I laughed. I remember he said, if someone moved out to farmland, that's like someone complaining about the smell of manure. And
I love the smell of manure in the morning.
Our friend,
we got
smells like victory.
But we had literally 17 citations from the police, even though they wouldn't arrest us because they felt bad because of a noise complaint right in Music Row. When we were like playing free music and amazing artists like Maggie and all these other great people that would just come down there. Dwayne Betts would come down there all the time and play with us too. And so many people that you guys would know. And it was such a cool thing. I mean, even Billy Gibbons, Steven Tyler popped their head in there. It was, you never knew back in the day. And they just got jealous and they hated on us.
That sucks. Where were you before Nashville?
So I grew up in Potomac, Maryland, which is not the hotbed of creativity or music and collaboration, but I had a strange path to Nashville where I was playing with a Bruce Springsteen tribute band called the B Street Band. And that's because up until I got connected with these guys who graciously took me on, I was like a Catholic schoolgirl who was wearing sundresses and playing cover songs. And then I had a fake ID so I could get into all these bars like the Headliner on the Jersey Shore and start playing, Bonnie Raitt covers and Linda Ronstadt covers. And I would start sneaking my originals in there. And that was eventually like the jumping pad that I had to move to Nashville when I was 18, 19. But yeah.
So I have a question. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Norm.
I just want to know, like, at what stage of your life did you realize, one, that you wanted to do music at all, or exploring music, and then at what point did you dedicate yourself to it? Like, nah, there's nothing else for me to do.
I mean, I dropped out of college to move to Nashville. So I'll just give you an example. Both of my sisters are attorneys, and where I come from, you go to college and you graduate from college. So when I made that phone call to my parents saying, no, I have an opportunity to move to Nashville with people that I think are capable and will hopefully get me on the right path to do this, where I'm not just slinging a guitar over my back and hoping for the best. And my parents were so supportive, and their lack of surprise when I told them that I was going to do this kind of confirmed that, okay, I need to go. I'm not going to simulate a music career from Clemson, South Carolina. I have to go right with the best of the best. And it was a baptism by fire kind of experience.
But could they see it in you when you were 7, 10, 13 years old?
I think they saw it in me when I was even younger than that, because music, as we all know, has this gathering effect. It makes people want to come together, and I didn't necessarily have musical people in my family, but I had super supportive people, and I saw from a very young age the power that it had in making people happy, and I obviously loved that effect. And I realized, Norwood, that it was like not about being a perfect singer, and it was about the connection and the songs and what you're saying and how you're delivering it and the authenticity of it all a little bit later in life. But I always knew that I was a capable singer who, at least when even I sang a cover song, it changed the tone of the room, and it made
probably
everything.
said one of the most important things that I believe. It's, again, wearing your own clothes. And sometimes it's not about the technique. Well, not even that. It's really it's not what you play, it's what you say, right? And all the great musicians, I mean, guys that can kill you with one note, they just tear your heart out. It comes from a place. So yeah, that whole idea of kind of wearing your own clothes and thing, because I made a living out of being a stylist. Like I'm not a great saxophone player, not like guys like these guys, blah, 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 they can do all this shit, every tune and every key, bebop to their thing. So I figured I can't do that, so I'm going to just start playing nice melodies and try to put some heart behind it. And
it was the mullet, Scott. It was the mullet. It was the mullet. That's really what
was flying down.
Your superpower.
Yeah, superpower. So Maggie, I was curious, who were the 5 artists that really influenced you? Because when I hear that, I get a real sense of where you're coming from. What is it?
Bonnie Raitt, who
congratulations, who just won her Grammy.
I mean,
I think the whole world was as shocked as she was.
Yeah,
that was the most inspiring moment, and tangentially, like the Samara Joy New Artist Award.
Yeah.
That was like, that's what that award is for. I've just now gotten turned on to this young jazz singer who, when we create new artist categories, that's what it's meant to do, is expose new artists. So that was my tangent about that. But seeing Bonnie Raitt win that award and just the joy on her face was amazing.
Shock.
It
Bill
took me
Withers,
back.
live at Carnegie Hall.
It's a great run.
Poster back there.
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt, I love her.
Wanted to marry her when I was about 15.
You and everybody else. Yes. I still want to marry her in another life. But, I also love like bands. I love the band. I love Wilco and people who I think play human music.
So you must be a Little Feat fan.
I am. And I think that kind of, it's such a full sound, but it feels like their records are extensions of what they do live and not the other way around.
Right.
And I always say, build it and they will come. Like when you're in the studio and you're making a record, go big and don't worry about how to recreate it live. But you have to have a sense of who you are and your identity before you try and, dress the curtains.
But your voice is just, in your songwriting is just amazing. And I was actually I watched, it was a YouTube video of you playing at Brooklyn Bowl. And the song, I think it was, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the title of the song, but it's a YouTube video. It was like,
that was our album release for the album I made at Fame. What you saw, any of that at Brooklyn Bowl.
That was I think, and I wrote it's You was the name of the song.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great song.
And it's like a kind of simple 6/8 soul ballad, but Aretha Franklin was the other artist I was going to mention. That's kind of who brought me to fame.
It shined.
Aretha
like you had me like, it was like, it really, like when I heard that, I was just like, wow. And it had that old school, just all those beautiful ingredients just poured into it. And I was just pretty blown away by that performance. So congrats.
Thank you.
That.
Well, speaking of that and your voice, why don't you feel like singing something?
Come on.
Yeah, let me sing a unreleased song. I just made a new record, kind of because I made Have a Seat at Fame with Ben Tanner, who's part of Alabama Shakes. It felt almost like a thematic record that was guided a lot by the history of what's been recorded at Fame, and then we wanted another shot at it. And this record's a little bit more introspective, and after we all went through the pandemic and had relationships kind of stressed by what happened, I think my catharsis was writing songs.
Yeah,
and just being appreciative of what we've gotten. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try this out for you guys.
All right.
Let's just take a moment, be right here, right now. Be ashamed to let each other down. This might be our only time around. I used to do a lot of second guessing, set me down a dead end road. I turn my back on my intuition, man, that's a slippery slope. Sometimes I may stumble, don't always get it right, but that ain't true of me and you tonight. Let's make this count. This might be our only time around. Oh. Ooh, oh. Sometimes I may stumble, don't always get it right, but that ain't true with me and you tonight. Let's just take a moment to be right here, right now. To be ashamed to let each other down. This might be our only time around. Ooh.
Boy, I love the tone of your
Wow.
voice.
Beautiful.
Your pitch and the way you hit those.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful. Yeah, fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Really nice.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Norwood.
no, you go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, do you define yourself as to fit into any particular genre? You're in Nashville, you're playing a lot of sort of country, but to me, you feel more bluesy and soul. And where do you see yourself?
I agree. Well, because I've been here a long time, I think that's one of the beauties and also one of the casualties of having made music for a long time and finding yourself and having to sort of restart and decide you didn't want to necessarily follow the Music Row path of things. I've had a few reinventions, but really it's just wearing your own clothes and finally figuring out what that outfit is and how comfortable you are in it. But I use my shows and what I booked at as a way to kind of explain to people. Like next week, I'm playing in Asheville with John Medeski and Oteil. Holy shit. I kind of forgot about that for a second. And, Vernon Reed and Jeff Sipe. But then the next night I'm playing at the Opry. And
I haven't seen Jeff in so long. How's Jeff doing?
I'm getting to meet him for the first time.
Oh man, I haven't seen Jeff in 20 years when he was with Leftover Salmon. That Jeff on drums, right?
Yes. And
wow.
Herman was Santa Claus last time I saw him at a Chris Myers sleigh ride.
You mean Vince?
Or Vince, Vince.
Herman,
yeah. So
those guys are good friends of ours.
Yeah.
So it's so awesome to see how you're just out there killing it.
Well,
So
and
happy
saying
for
yes
you.
to things that feel like kind of organic. And I think that's what is making this part of my career so exciting is
Well, you
being
got a
able
beautiful soul. It comes out.
Thank
in your
you.
music.
You have a beautiful soul.
Let me ask you a technical question. I'm just curious, as an
Please.
artist, obviously working today, selling music is really tough, right? There's no place to sell music, right? You got streaming, which is a really horrible business model for a lot of artists. At least 95% it's not good. There's a few people that make it work. So I'm just curious to you, because are you focused at all? Are you thinking about the NFT space and those new business models around that?
I am a little bit. My fan base seems to really love we do specific artwork and posters. We're getting back into.
Yeah.
Also, it's a nice way for me to support some artists around Nashville who I think, like this one artist, Dean Tomasek.
Right.
I had a drive-in Halloween show and he did this cool poster of me and Mike Myers in a convertible at a drive-in movie theater. And then, we did this other event for mental health awareness that was camping, and he made these really posters that we really do a limited number of them. You have to be at the show to get that poster. And I guess that's not necessarily an NFT, but that is like a physical embodiment.
There's a lot. I mean, again, for artists, the NFT is the greatest tool set that's come along, because it's not just about a picture and a thing. It's really about the access control of your fans based on rarity, traits, and all the things that you can build into an NFT, the gamification and all that. But it's the incredible loyalty program. And, as an artist today, it's about building your hive, right? If you want to survive, you got to build a hive. It's about that group of people, because we now know that that's like a super fan network, and NFTs help you to manage and control all of that. And at the same time, allow you to build things that you can have your audience build on, and they can build upon it. And then what's cool is your audience has a secondary market where they can go sell it again. So it creates an interesting ecosystem in a new way. It's a total new art form for artists. And I keep trying to tell everybody, this is the people's movement. It's freedom. at the highest level, gets us off of old systems, and it allows us to build a complete direct-to-consumer model with the fans, wallet to wallet. You don't need anybody else in that mix. So it's something I would really recommend, because I think if you're, like you said, you're doing these things, it'd be worth putting some time into learning how that works.
Well, absolutely. And I have looked into NFTs for different, like we have so many recordings of different songs that we've released already. What I love about the concept of that, just as it pertains to the culture of music, is scarcity. I think what's hurt artists so much is that you can go on any DSP and hear this song any old time you want. And unless you're Neil Young and you want to just take your songs off Spotify, that does kind of create a situation in which you can say, like, no, really, this is a moment that we need to be here for right now. And it's not going to be here forever. And that's what I love about the overlap between an NFT and a live show. It's limited. And I think we all need that urgency in all art forms to know that it's not this open faucet that's never going to run out.
Yeah. Plus you can build utility into all of this, right? Utility is the big thing, because I buy your record. I'm one of the 50 that got the rarest one. They have access control. You have access. They get to go backstage. They might get a drop of some clothes, or they may get a free mint on your next one. So it's a way to really manage your fan base and create an incredible loyalty program with them. And for them, they have the opportunity to take what they've gotten and grow it in the marketplace, right? Too. So it's a real win-win.
Right.
It's crazy cool.
You're giving them something. Everyone wants to see their artist that they've been following forever. You know, I thought about back to Samara Joy when she won that Grammy. I was like, think about the people that saw her in Brooklyn in those jazz clubs 10 years ago, how happy they were when she won that. We all want to feel invested in the artists that we love, and like we had something to do with it, and we had skin in the game. And with that kind of asset, you're giving fans who believe in you an opportunity to capitalize on their belief in you early on.
Yeah. And
I think that's, you know, me being more emotionally based about this than financially motivated. It's like, that's fucking awesome that someone who really loved you from the beginning gets to perhaps profit off their instincts and that they stuck with you.
Yeah.
They saw something in the beginning.
Yeah. Fucking awesome is legal here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know my mom's watching, and I'm just, I'm excited.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Cheers.
Your daughter is awesome.
Wait, what are you drinking there?
Okay, because of you guys, if they want to send me free shit, great. Clase Azul.
Oh, that's the good shit. But
I just opened it for this occasion, and because I had a great day.
That looks darker than the Reposado. Is that the Añejo?
Yes.
That's the real expensive.
That's how special you guys are to me. So.
Thank you so much.
I feel privileged.
Then other nights it's El Jimador and to bed.
Now you said you are you? I know you're getting ready to go on these shows, but are you finished with your newest album right now?
I am. So I'm coming to you guys maybe not even a full hour after closing my second day of rehearsals with the band on this new, and it's so fun to feel like that. Yesterday morning was just like this thunderstorm of emotions and insecurity, and oh my god, like, can we even pull this off? Because Ben Tanner, my producer, some of these songs in this brave new world that we're in, I was able to put a 64-piece orchestra on.
Oh wow.
Because of the pandemic.
Wow.
And I worked with Don Hart, who's an amazing composer. He's worked with Fish.
Ben is great. He's very talented.
But we, because of the pandemic, we're able to use this orchestra in Macedonia, 64-piece orchestra, who's taking on jobs hourly. And Don Hart is such an incredible composer that he was able to remotely conduct this huge ensemble for 2 songs. And I guess my trepidation going in with the band was, talking to Ben, like, how am I going to pull off this song my 5-piece rock band. And he was like,
Right.
that's above my pay
Synthesizer.
grade. Well, no, it's cool.
Wait, what did he say? What was his answer?
He said, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Figure it out. But then we get in the room as a band and we're playing this song that has French horn and all these strings, and you hear it in this new light. Like, this is a rock song. And this is so awesome that we have the fluidity of all these different iterations of this song without feeling like, that was my point about when you're in the studio, dream and make it huge and hope that someday I'll be able to be at the Skirmer Horn here in Nashville or wherever and have a beautiful orchestra behind me. But the live experience and the record don't need to be so intrinsically connected.
No.
The sentiment behind it does.
The song, the song is you and your guitar and your voice, and there is the song, and everything else is fixins.
Yes, fixins.
Yeah. That's a good analogy.
That from
Norwood.
That Norwood is so clever. Man. He's witty, that man.
He's got a hell of a career ahead of him. Let me tell you.
He really does,
Did
man.
you guys record a lot at Ben's place, or you've been going in different studios, or?
We did it all at Starstruck in Nashville, which is a beautiful studio. I actually, the song It's You that you referred to earlier was part of an album that I did, Change the Whole Thing. I did it pretty much entirely live, all in this really beautiful tracking room, no isolation booths, just everyone kind of bleeding into each other's mics and everything, which is a wonderful thing to do, but also it's kind of like, all right, well, we can take this as far as we can, and then we also can only take it this far.
Was Telephone on the most recent or the one before that?
The most recent. It was on Have a Seat, which we recorded at Fame.
Because I have a little short clip of that song. I'd love to show it. You cool with us showing it?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do that real quick.
I love that you like that song.
Oops, wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, my bad. That was a clip that
No, we didn't see it, but I know it was coming.
Oh, good. All right. Well, here we go. This is a clip of Telephone, Maggie Rose.
Are we all just playing telephone? Where'd you hear? What you think you heard? You spread the word. It's so absurd. Did you catch it from my little bird? Blowing smoke, gonna make it show. Watch it flow before you go. Falling down like dominoes. You say what you say. We'll come back to you just like a boomerang. Sit still, it can give you chills, it can give you thrills. Either way, gonna get you. You say, what you say. We'll come back to you just like a boomerang. Those lines, how they fly. They can buzz and you can shoot them all away.
And there you have it. Wow, that's pretty badass song.
Good drummer on that song too.
Hey.
Good drummer.
Yeah, yeah.
Sarah Tomac is awesome.
Who is the band? Give us a little, like, who's the
All right,
band?
so
there?
that band is different from the outfit that I take on the road currently, but all those people, like, I wrote the song with one of the guitar players and the guy on percussion, Alex Haddad and Brother Love of Them Vibes. We wrote quite a bit of music together, and they're out touring right now. Sarah Tomek on the drums was with me for about 9 years. She plays with Sam Fish now. But the other guitar player and the keyboard player are with me currently and have been with me for years. Yeah. And so the recreation that you just showed is from Fame was us all getting back together after we put this album together, which had been done for probably about 6 months by the time we released it. But COVID hit and we had 60 dates on the calendar ready to promote that music. And then we all know what happened. But it's kind of cool just, waxing poetic about songs in general, how for the initial month of COVID, I was like, these songs they're current now. I need to release them now. And they evolved and kind of gleaned new meaning with what was going on. And I know that the sentiments were probably always there in the room, but there's also just stuff that you can reflect on after the song has been born and lived its life and be like, oh, this actually is about just how people can't get facts straight and truth. And it
doesn't matter anymore. Facts don't matter.
The dilution of truth from one person to the next. It's like when we played telephone as kids, and by the time it gets back around to you, you're like, that is not anywhere near what the initial message was.
No. Right. So appropriate right now. Boy, that's great. Great song.
So you recorded it and released it as a studio record and then recreated it as a live performance?
Yes. So what the clip you just showed is us promoting the album release of Have a Seat, which was done in a much more conventional studio recording format at Fame. Although Fame doesn't have a ton of isolation booths, and it's more for the vibe and not necessarily for the state-of-the-art technology, but inspiration and culture and
feel
vibes all day there. But we all came back, everyone that played on the record, and then I invited Marcus King, who's an incredible guitarist. I wrote one of the songs with him called What Makes You Tick, and he performed with me that night. So it was kind of like a digital album release party of us playing the whole album down and revisiting.
We love Marcus.
Recorded
it's been awesome watching you and Marcus. You and Marcus.
I always forget he's 26, and it blows my mind.
I know. I remember when he first came to Nashville too. It was like, I'm starting to feel old.
Hey, you guys, we're at that time in the show where we're going to bring in our another guest. And I want to go ahead and just sort of introduce her and bring her in. Her name's Angela Petrilli. And I met Angela a few years ago when she was in her band. It was Cigarettes and Roses. Is that the name of the band? Yeah, Angela?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The band, when I first met you, you were in a band called Cigarettes and Roses.
Roses and cigarettes, just gonna flip it.
There you go. Roses and cigarettes. I'm dyslexic.
Yes.
What can I say?
Yes, it's all good. It's Thursday. We're at the end of the week. It's all good.
So welcome to the Rock and Talk Show, Angela.
Thanks for having me, guys. So happy to be here.
Say hello to Maggie Rose over here.
Maggie, you rock. Oh my gosh.
You rock.
Oh my gosh, so inspired. You're amazing. I hope we do a gig together sometime.
Let's do it. You already got one part of the name, right? We're sisters, so.
I mean, when you're in LA.
Roses. Yeah, let's go.
When you're in LA, let me know.
Also, just teach me how to play guitar like you, and it's all good.
Anytime. I'd be honored.
Well, actually, Angela does teach people how to play guitar.
I do.
Every single week with Fishbone, right?
Yeah, the guys at
Fishbone.
Shit. Yeah, up in Andover. Yeah. So
talk about that. Like, what do you do? What do you got going?
Yeah. So once a week, what I do is I do a live lesson in real time, and I'm like, what are some tunes I like to play? I'm like, oh yeah, I love this Neil Young song. I'm going to teach people how to play this Neil Young song today. Or like this Norah Jones song is great. Or like I did Tom Petty last week. And I teach people live in time. Like, pick up your guitar, tune it with me. Let's just have some fun. Cause like the way I look at it, if I can make people happy by picking up a guitar and they're like, wow, I never thought I could play a song like this. And now I can, like, it's this gift that I have, and if I can share it, and because we're only here for a short amount of time, and you can't take it when you go, and I'm like, man, if I could share that with people,
Yeah.
makes me feel really good.
That's actually great. It's interesting. I haven't really seen anybody doing that, right? We get all the videos that are recorded and I can go look them up, but you very see anybody saying, okay, live stream, we're going to just do everybody in the room. Let's go. Right.
Right. And a little bit. Yeah. And like, I had never seen that. And when Fishbone approached me about doing a live stream, they're like, just do whatever you want. I'm like, God, I've never seen that. And I'm like, kind of puts me on the spot. I'm like, this might be kind of fun. Like, let's just try it. And it's been such a journey, and it has been incredibly gratifying. I am so grateful to be able to do this.
And how many people do you have? How many people that are subscribing to your channel or wherever?
Oh gosh, I think I hit 70,000 last week.
That's great.
Wow.
It's
Norwood, we might have to take your bass lessons live. All right, we'll talk after the show. We'll figure it out.
But yeah, just very, very thankful.
Oh wow.
Very, very thankful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
What else you got going on? What are you doing? You got some new music that you're working on that's coming out?
Yeah. Our EP with my new band, Angela Petrilli and the Players. We recorded our debut EP at Sunset Sound out here in Los Angeles.
Oh, that's a good spot.
Love that place.
So cool.
It was awesome. We were in Studio 2 and we had one day there. So my guys, I love them. The guys in my band, they're such pros. They inspire me to be a better musician every day. I absolutely just love them, and just I pinch myself that I get to make music with these guys. And we went in there one day. I'm like, all right, guys, we're cutting 5 tracks in a day.
Ooh, good job.
Oh yeah, we did it.
10-hour day, right? 10-hour day. 10
it was
hours.
a 10-hour day.
Yeah.
We took a long dinner because we were able to do all the bed tracks in 4.5 hours.
Wow.
We just went in there and
Nice.
got it done. Like, I am big into rehearsing. I'm like, guys, let's get it done and let's just do it. And we did. And just the energy in that studio. We were in Studio 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I walked in there and I wanted to cry. I'm like, my favorite records have been recorded in here. And it was just so cool. And just to feel that.
What's your
Especially
favorite record?
As a guitar player.
I'm sorry. I got 2 questions. Sorry. Go ahead,
Maggie.
No, I was just saying, especially as a guitar player, like Petty, come on. I mean, like, that's so cool.
It was the coolest. And I'll remember that day.
Now,
for a long time.
making a record like that, that's kind of how we used to always do it back in the day, right? We would come in because you were paying a lot of money in those days. I mean, you had to pay, and you would like book a thing and you'd like just go in and just try to knock it out. And you know what's so interesting about that is you don't have time to think too much about it, right? So you're just putting your stuff out there all the time, right? You're not like,
well, and back then it was on tape too, so you also had to pay for tape, which at least you don't have to pay for anymore.
Literally run out of tape.
Yeah. So we went in there and it's like, all right, guys, like, we had our schedule, like, let's go and let's get it done. And it was such a gift to be able to get in there and knock it out. And I've always wanted to record that way. I've always done like the separate thing. I'm like, no, I want us all in a room. I want us all vibing with each other. We got like lights and candles and stuff, and all that, just like really set the mood. And it's like, all right, like, let's get to work.
I got to tell you real quick.
Did you guys use a click track?
Go ahead. Click track, Kenny.
Did you guys use a click track when you did the whole live thing together?
Yeah.
I'm a stickler. I like having a click. I know it's easier for my guys to edit, but I mean, a lot of those, it's like, we knew it was, it's like, we knew it was the take. There was one song, the leading single called The Voices, where we all looked at each other and we're like, we're not touching that one. Like, that's the one.
That's magic. Here's I just want to throw this out because this is the coolest thing I've ever heard. Al Green Records, right? And I heard somebody was telling me, the producer, I can't think of his name right now, but what he would do, they'd rehearse the song, right? They would rehearse the whole song, and then he'd say, okay, everybody, I want you to clap in the tempo of the tune, right? And he'd make the entire rhythm section and everybody tap till it sounded like one clap. And then he'd count 1, 2, 3, 4. So they were already in the groove that space where their heads, because he wouldn't go any further until he called it, we got to conjure up the Holy Ghost.
That
was Boo Mitchell's dad.
It's a great way to get people like rock. Because if you listen to those Al Green records, man, it's like from bar one. By bar one, the band is freaking your hair's standing up. The groove is so deep.
Oh, yeah.
They did that, Scott, at Royal Studios in Memphis.
I love that.
William Mitchell produced it. His son Boo Mitchell produced Uptown Funk You Up for Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
So the family tradition carries on over there.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
It was Willie, I think. Yeah. Crazy cool. Good trick, right?
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That way you're not thinking about, oh, I got to do my email. The drummer's over here. I got to make some calls, whatever. So no, you got it just focuses everybody's attention.
Angela, you want to play something?
Well, I had to ask
Yeah.
Angela a question.
Oh, wait, go ahead. Kenny's
Yes.
got a question
Angela,
for you
you've been
first.
out with my boy Billy Bob. I've heard
Yes,
doing
I
quite a few
have.
shows.
Yeah. We
And
we opened for him at the Mint here in Los Angeles. I think it was back in April.
Yeah.
You were there
Oh,
that
dude.
night. We saw you that
we
night.
we missed you by a little bit, and then
No, but we had drinks at the bar, Kenny. We definitely saw you at the bar.
I know.
afterwards.
We
Yeah.
saw, and then
Love it.
and I think you played with him again because I went down to hang with Billy down in just south of Carlsbad. What city is that?
Did they play the Coach House
I
in
think it was-
Capistrano?
Probably.
San Juan Capistrano.
No,
Or
it
was
was no. It started with an S.
Was it Belly Up in
Sounded
San Diego?
like-
Belly up, belly up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That starts with an
Start
S. Started with an
S.
S. Belly up.
Yeah.
Perfect. An S.
yeah. I'm a Detroit boy. I get out
Oh,
of
right on! I got a bunch of family in Detroit. It's so cool.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm. It's a little too cold right now for this.
It is. It was
California
raining
girl,
and snowing at the same time here today.
but- Yeah,
How do you-
I won't tell you. I won't tell you what it looked like outside my window.
It was 66 degrees in Nashville today, so
It's
Yeah.
good.
the cordyceps are coming for us all.
Exactly. No, it was
Love it.
beautiful here in LA. Well, Angela, what are you going to play? Tell us about it. And
Yeah, I've got my beloved Martin here. It's my 00017. I love this. Is like my workhorse acoustic. I gig with this guy. I do the riff rundowns with this. I do a lot of writing on this one too. But I was just kind of fooling around with some open tuning stuff today, and I figured like let's just have at it. So
all right,
that's what I'm feeling today. We're gonna do it.
Angela Petrilli right here on the Rock and Talk Show.
Here we
Right
go.
on.
Wait, we have a little trick. Wait. We have a trick. Oh, never mind. We don't want to do it live.
What's-
Actually,
well, now I
no,
gotta
we
know.
should
What's
do
this?
it live. So go down to audio.
Go
your
down to like your
microphone.
little yeah, Maggie. Why don't you walk her
Microphone,
through it?
audio
Maggie?
settings. This is
Okay.
good for everyone to know.
Yeah,
And
we're
then
teaching
where it
right
says
now. It's a teaching
suppress
moment.
background noise, go to low.
This is a master class right now.
Okay,
We've
hold on.
transitioned to a master class.
Where audio
I'm
settings
learning. I'm
is-
learning big time.
Let's see. I don't have audio settings on here.
Uh,
I've got record and apps.
No,
and
go
mic
to
one.
your microphone, and then the
Okay.
arrow that goes up.
Yes,
the
audio
first
settings. Got it.
Audio settings, and then it says suppress background noise. Set that to low. Everyone on Zoom, do that, please.
That is so fun. Okay, now
In
where
your life,
where
so you can hear life.
So when you
Where is
click
it?
settings,
Okay.
it should pop up in that window down at the bottom. It says noise suppression, right? Is that what it says?
I have
Yes.
automatically join computer audio, press hold space key, sync buttons on headset. And stereo audio. I got high fidelity music, echo cancellation.
Yeah. At the bottom of that thing. if you
Echo
go down to the bottom-
cancellation you want to do, and then
I'm so happy
Okay.
I just did this.
Yeah,
This is
I don't have the background thing, guys. That's so weird.
That's weird. It says background noise suppression under settings. Do you have under
Go
audio?
down to the
Are you
bottom.
clicked on audio.
Audio on the first place that when you hit the microphone, you got to go all
This
the way
is
down. to
worth
the
doing
bottom.
because it makes a difference.
I've got that.
it
Yeah.
does. This is something I
Guys.
learned co-writing over the pandemic on Zoom.
All right.
And then
audio,
scroll down audio settings. Yeah.
Audio settings.
Audio
Hit the
got
settings,
it.
and you should have a thing that's right there that says
Background noise
automatically
suppression.
adjust microphone. Audio,
love this. This is
auto,
chill
low,
as hell.
medium, and high. You don't have that?
Yeah, guys.
Rock
I
and
don't
roll.
have it.
Oh
I don't
well.
have it. Sorry.
We
Rock
lost her now. We
on.
completely lost you.
All right.
We can't
We're
even
gonna do
hear
our
you.
best. We're gonna do our best. Nothing.
Is anybody else? Can you hear me?
We got you.
We can
Just
hear you.
play.
I
Okay.
can't
And if
hear
we
any
all
of you
mute
guys. Or maybe
ours,
it's
then-
me.
Yeah.
Even better. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let you go, and the
All
first couple of bars might be gone, but then it'll pick up.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Oh.
Nice. A little Led Zeppelin vibe in there.
Little Led Zeppelin in there too.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like it.
We lost.
Let me. Can I see the headstock of that guitar?
What happened to Scott? God, our hosts
We
are
lost
dropping.
Scott.
Our hosts are dropping like flies here. Wait, here he comes. Stephen Perkins, by the way, wanted me to tell everyone that he didn't just dip out. Stephen's in the studio with Porno for Pyros recording.
All
And they've been
right.
there all day, and they were going to listen to some tracks and then call it a day. So that's where Stephen is. There's Scotty. He's back. Scott, we see you and hear you. This is like, oh, we can't hear. Oh, wow, that's weird. I don't know what happened to Scott. He was messing around when we were
Can you
doing
hear
our
me?
tutorial. Yeah, we
There
can
you
hear
go.
you.
You can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't hear anything. So whatever I hit on the button there, I've lost audio. So I don't hear you, but girl, you looked awesome playing. But I was bummed out because I couldn't hear what you were playing.
Amazing.
But I will
Open
get the
tuning.
rebound. I will be back.
Open
We're gonna
tuning.
talk. You're gonna be my teacher.
Anytime.
It sounded
Honored.
great, Angela. That was
Anytime.
awesome.
Thank you.
So cool.
Both of you.
Thank
What
you.
a badass show.
It's yeah.
Maggie,
Jimmy
I gotta get back
Page.
down to Nashville soon.
Yeah, you do.
I'd
It's
love
been
to.
too long.
It's
I came
been-
up to my place in Michigan during COVID, and I've been commuting back and forth between here and LA, between Detroit and LA, playing with the guys on here on the show, and I haven't. I'm long overdue to get back down there, so I'm planning on coming down there very soon, and hopefully we get together and tell Austin I'll be definitely getting a hold of him.
Without a doubt.
Well, I'll make sure I
Look forward to
connect.
it.
I'll make sure I connect Austin and you, Kenny, if you guys aren't already.
Is his
connected.
number still the same?
Yes, it is 662. That's all.
Yeah,
I,
he's
that's
still
all I
got
can say
it.
about that.
Maggie
That's
was
what I-
one of the
Mississippi.
Maggie, you were one of the easiest artists to track down. I love the fact that you have your manager's phone number on your Instagram page. Like it just which happens to be your husband,
Do I
right?
really?
But-
Oh
yeah.
no.
Which
Do I have
happens to be your
number on my
husband.
Instagram
So it
He
was
page?
like
just called the world.
it was so well, it's right there on Instagram. So
Well,
there you
Austin-
go. If you want to
yeah,
book
Austin-
Maggie
No.
Rose, there you go.
And the first
You know
10
what?
people to
Austin's
call,
got
the
his
first
act
10 people to
together.
call
He's-
get a free record.
And here's my
Austin-
thing. I will. All joking aside, accessibility, saying yes to a lot of great opportunities, not trying to think, oh, I shouldn't do this because that's not who I am. Get in where you fit in. If people like what you're doing, like I'm all about inclusivity, and maybe I should take his number off my Instagram.
Oh,
But
no.
like still, I
been-
think just like being reachable and not insulating ourselves. That's what music
You've
is all
done
about.
so
Yeah,
well,
long as it's not your number, you're safe. Like, you know.
I mean,
But-
like, no,
but-
Austin's done really well, and I remember, it's been awesome watching Maggie blowing up and stuff because I was
Yeah.
living in Nashville for a lot of part of that, so it's just awesome.
I mean, if they
So
send your
happy
husband
for
dick pics, I'd be like, that's
I just
you
got
at least do something about it. But
I just
Yeah.
got a text.
I can't
on my
say it
phone
hasn't
from
happened
Austin.
already.
I'm
He's
sure it
not
has.
saving them.
right.
Those
But-
wacky humans.
Hey, y'all, we have reached about the end of this, right? And
We're gonna end on dick pics. That's how we're gonna end this.
Oh no, I got
always
something.
end.
No, I got something I want to say though, because Angela, you are amazing. It was fucking amazing to hear you play.
Thank
But
you.
Maggie, you hit me from the blind side. You were not on my radar, and I just started digging into what you do musically, and you blew my mind in a way that hasn't happened since I was probably still in my teens and curious about Patsy Cline,
Yeah.
Wow.
right? And I was like, who is this Patsy Cline woman? Because I could dig, they could do, and I dug in and I was like, and I heard Patsy Cline and I connected it to Al Green in my heart, in my mind. It felt the same to me. And as I discovered who you are, it was that same kind of feeling, like somebody that can't be pigeonholed, like that you absolutely wear your own clothes, as we've said several times in this show, and the goodness in your spirit comes through, the soulfulness, and like, and it's a couple people. It's a couple people in your history that like you. The first thing I listened to was the record you did the Big Boys on. Where you guessed, like, and that's a little cross history. And then I looked at your Wikipedia and did a little digging in, and there's even more. But bottom line is, I appreciate who you are being as an artist.
Wow.
Thank you. That's
we all got to get together and make some timeless music together soon.
Yeah. So anyway, we can end on that.
The next thing is you two. The two girls got to do gigs together because I want to hear you together.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot
that
wait.
would be cool,
We
right?
are.
Angela, where can people find you, and what should we look for?
So AngelaPetrillimusic.com. I'll be playing some shows at the Mint. We're going to be releasing our debut EP, The Voices, that comes out on May 5th. The first single drops on March 10th. So that'll be all. If you can check me out, Angela Petrilli Music on Instagram and on Facebook and YouTube and all the stuff. Angela Petrilli Music. You can find me there.
Angela, we need I'm a 2-guitar band. Just saying. I got
Let me know.
one guitar right now.
Let me know.
Let's go.
You guys,
See,
I'm happy to connect you guys.
This is like we're like part of history, right? This could
Listen,
be a
Norway,
very
thank you
historical
so much.
moment.
Yeah, this was so good for my soul. This was. Come see us out on the road.
Yeah.
Like we're doing 2 cruises in March with. Oh shit, Bobby Rush. Let's go. One of them is the
Bobby
Big
Rush.
Bobby Rush.
Wow.
Then we're doing the Joe Bonamassa cruise.
Cool.
More Grand Ole Opry.
Damn Cruise is out right now.
Oh, we're gonna play the Lyric in Oxford, Mississippi.
Okay,
Anyway, just
cool.
let's
Coming
all
back
just
to
keep in
LA
touch.
anytime soon?
Any LA dates?
Absolutely, at some point this year, just because we're releasing new music. I'm just not sure when yet because we're gonna be there. It's just February, guys.
It's true. That's true.
But yeah, Floyd Fest is in Floyd, Virginia. That's why it's called Floyd Fest. To
Right.
answer the question. From
All things not Floyd.
Yeah, we never concluded the answer.
I know,
on that
but-
one earlier.
Yeah.
Hey,
Great
I
choice
still
for
always
shirt,
like Dark
Angela.
Side of the Moon. OG.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
Roger
of course.
Waters.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
there you
I
go.
love
Look at
your
that.
shirt.
That shirt.
I had to.
Yeah.
I had
There
to.
you
One
go.
of my
We
favorites.
got-
David Gilmour is one of my heroes. So.
Oh,
there you go.
I watch YouTube videos of him when I can't sleep. That I meant to say that.
Yeah, he's
That is
my favorite thing I used to do is because I would play power chords on Comfortably Numb on the end, and I would go walk over in front of his amp so that I could feel the sound pressure levels of his freaking amp pounding me. When you hear those solos, but he's playing that whole thing, man. Dude, it was insane because I could just feel that pressure from the speakers pounding me, man. It was the
Scotty
best.
Page
That's some
talking
frequency.
about what it was like to feel David Gilmour's vibrations
Right on.
You
on
know who turned me
stage.
on to that
Wow.
is
It's amazing.
Nancy Wilson.
Ooh.
Nancy Wilson says that she watches YouTube videos of David Gilmour when she can't find any peace in the world, and that was my takeaway. And
Wow.
that's all I have to say about that.
All right.
You guys, we are at the end of the show. Maggie, Angela, you guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us
Thank you
on
for
this
having me.
show. I wish nothing but amazing success for
Yes.
both of you. Can't wait to see you both live. Angela, we'll see you at the Mint most likely. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
there
Good.
4 nights a week. Todd's my homie.
Please connect
Awesome.
us.
And
And
the
I
last
will
thing I'm going to
connect
say is
you guys.
NFTs for all the musicians. NFTs.
But don't
NFTs.
leave just yet, you guys. Hang tight for
The
our
new
little
business
outro.
model.
Hang tight. Here we go.
Here we go.
See you next time on the Rock and Talk Show Beyond Backstage with your hosts Norwood Fisher, Kenny Olson, Scott Page, Stephen Perkins, Sheila Conlon, and David Moss. Executive producers Sheila Conlon and David Moss. Producer and director Eric Lloyd. Assistant producer and creative director Mark Armentano. Editor Graham Cooper. Theme music by ThinkX. Sponsors IK Multimedia and Lewitt Microphones. Artist Relations TPI Films. Special thanks to From the Earth, ThinkX, The Conlon Company, and Mac. Check us out on YouTube/The Rock and Talk Show, Facebook and Instagram at The Rock and Talk Show.
And there you have it. Our next show is what? February 23rd, 2 Thursdays from now. I think it's February 23rd. We also have to thank JBL and AKG. Next show, we'll have a new intro and outro that will feature JBL and AKG. And until the next show, we'll see you all.